Et oui, bonjour, bonsoir, mesdames, mademoiselles et messieurs. Je viens spécial. Nous saluons tout le monde qui attend l'émission Sa Patrouille ailleurs. Alors, je dis c'est lundi et nous avons une interview spéciale dans le studio. Nous n'avons pas l'habitude de travailler le lundi. Mais je dis nous avons un invité spécial qui est dans le studio. Nous. Écoutez, nous allons interviewer. Good evening, everybody. Today we got a special guest in the house. You know, it's election time. We have to interview all the candidates. We have to know what they have in their mind. Election is in a couple of days. We don't have that much. November is coming, November 5th. That's why we're here today. We got a special guest in the house. We're going to have a special interview. And you know how I like to interview the candidate to ask them what they have in the mind with the community, what they have in the mind, why they come, why they get involved. I know sometimes politics can be hard, politics can be tough, but they choose to do it anyway. Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Gital Mercedat. Are you guys ready? Good evening, Alexa. Good evening, Woku. Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Hold on. All right, good evening, everybody. So we're here today to do a special, like usually, you know, this show we do it on from Tuesday to Friday, but you know it's election day. It's election time, per se, because all of the candidates want to stop by at the studio to say a few words and then to present the project, the plan that they have for the community and the reason why they won. And you know, this election means a lot. I don't know about the other election that passed, but this election means a lot to us. So we're gonna take a quick pause and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with our guest who's already here in the studio. So let's take a break and we're coming back. Et oui, de retour après la pause, nous sommes dans le studio avec nous, GRAHM Clinton, qui est là, qui a couru pour l'opposition, qui est Rep Councilor, représentative pour Randolph et Milton, qui est avec nous dans le studio. Côté nous allons faire une entrevue avec lui, nous allons faire un petit parler et pour nous connaître exactement qui est intention, qui ça les gagner pour la communauté, et qui ça lit et porter pour nous. Alors, interview à faire en anglais. Et bon, nous connaissons c'est comme ça. Il n'y a pas mal de traduit et tout profiter apprendre l'anglais pendant qu'on a fait interview avec Clinton. Okay, so now we have in the studio with us the candidate for Randolph and Milton, and he's right here in front of us, which we're gonna say good evening, Clinton. How you doing today, man?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. How is everybody?
All right, man. So nice to see you again. And well, today for me it's a special day because usually on Monday we don't really have shows in the station, so we kind of off on Monday. But I know his election is kind of close. I say no, I'm not gonna do that to you, man. I have to make sure that I give you a spot because I know I already booked until December, so that's the spot that I can create for you to make sure that the community heard, man. Your news, man.
Make sure I can squeeze into your tight schedule. I appreciate it.
Yeah, tell me. So I'm glad you're here today, man. First, that's the first time you come on mass media. So first, you're gonna introduce yourself and talk to us a little bit about you, who you are, and why you're voting.
So my name is Clinton Graham, and parents came from Jamaica. Taught me the value of a dollar, hard work, and giving back. I was raised in Milton since 1987. Went through all the public school systems and graduated. I was also raised in Randolph at 3 Cummings Circle, my aunt's house. She made the best lasagna, by the way.
Oh.
So I've been a part of Randolph my whole life, pretty much my whole life. I still have family, still have friends here, which is very important. The ties of the community are still there. I graduated, got a scholarship for Worcester Academy, Stony Brook University, played professional football in Europe for 7 seasons, came back as a correctional officer in a jail for 2.5 years. Was on the Warren Committee setting the town budgets for my town for 4 years during the COVID crisis, which was unprecedented. Was also on the Blue Hills Regional Technical High School Committee for the past 4 years. My mother was a social worker for the Faulkner Carney Hospital. My father was an MBTA bus operator. Those are my qualifications, and basically I'm running because every part of my life has prepared me for this moment, this seat. We have, we have the opioid crisis. We have mental illness. I mean, my mother being a social worker, I've seen that firsthand of what the effects on the patients and the effects on the workers as well. Being in the criminal justice system as a correctional officer, seeing the inside, intimate workings of that system and how that plays out. So bridging those gaps and bridging those different areas of interest, of issues, is why I'm running. We need someone to cut through the political divide, to speak to the people, to return the voice to the people, and have someone that's going to be transparent, relatable, and available. So that's why I'm running. I'm tired of seeing the same old happen, and it's time that we actually take charge and return the voice to the people.
Good. I want to say like congrats, man, because when I say congrats, that means I know how tough it can be to be a politician,
I like to say statesman. Politician these days, I want to tell the truth to people. I don't want to just say things just to get elected. I'm not doing it because of that. You know? So normally when people talk, they say, "Oh, you're a politician." I said, "No, I'm actually a statesman.
Okay,
cool. I want to do what's right for you."
So we know that like everyone that won, they have like a purpose, the reason why they won, and you run for in Milton and Milton, between Milton and Randolph, so right. for both cities. So the question is why the people in Randolph should, because I know you run as an independent, right? But
I'm running as independent.
As independent, there's Democrat and Republican. So first of all, why you run as an independent? Are you for all of your life? Have you been independent?
No, I grew up as a Democrat. I was on the vice chair of the Democratic Party in my town, but I seen there's still a divide within the party. Okay. And right now, the toxicity in politics right now, no one can get past the conversation of just knowing what party someone is from. I want to cut through that political divide and give each other the benefit of the doubt and figure out what we're about. I grew up in my town. I grew up in Randolph. I grew up in Milton as Clinton. We were able to play football together, play sports together, eat at the same cafeterias, go into businesses and everything together. So right now we're just not getting past the door. And as far as the parties are concerned,
are you related to Clinton family?
No.
Not at all.
No. So my first name is Clinton.
Oh, okay.
My last name is Graham.
Okay, I got it.
Yes.
So you're from Jamaica, right?
But
you're born and raised. Oh, your parents from Jamaica. Yes. Okay, you're born and raised in here.
But I am Jamaican, yes.
Yeah.
We can't just leave and then just say what all American. No, I'm also Jamaican as well.
Okay, so how well do you know the Jamaican community?
How well do I know the Jamaican community? I mean, what do you mean in Randolph?
Yeah.
I have family and friends here. Yes. So my aunt used to live at Three Coming Circle, which is right behind the high school, Highland area. I know a few people here in Randolph that are Jamaican, and when I've been knocking on the doors and meeting more and more, I'm able to speak Jamaican to them.
All right. So I know everyone, like I was saying before, like everyone, or like who trying to be get involved in politics, they have a reason, a big reason that motivate them to get involved. Some of them because something is happening to the family, or something is happening to a friend, something is happening to the community. They say, you know what? In order for me to make change, I have to get involved. So what is your reason?
I just keep seeing the same old, representing us and not really representing all parts of the community. I've been in Milton since '87 and seen the same thing, same politicians come through, and people don't even know sometimes who their politicians are.
Okay.
And what happens is people are disengaged. We have high prices. Our eggs are like the price of diamonds. The roads are horrific. The traffic is ridiculous, and we're upset about that. But we disengage because we don't know what's going on in the political process. And we're tired. We feel we don't have a voice. And when I say we as a community in totality. So therefore, I've noticed that. I've been cognizant of it for years and years. And I said, you know what? This is an opportunity to have someone that's actually going to speak for the people. Okay? And not just for the people, but have a partnership with the people. Because the actual position is representative. So I have to represent the voices of the people and bring it to the state floor. So I've just been noticing that over the years. And I said, you know what? This is not something I thought I would ever do, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done now.
So that's mean you got one reason, because you want to make change.
Correct.
All right. So now, I'm going.
The biggest change is the communication part.
Yeah.
Because the communication, what happens is, a statesman or a politician will come to you and say, listen, let's do this. We could try to get these 5 objectives to the state floor. And the feedback doesn't normally happen. We go to, oh, please vote for me, and then
after that,
people say, oh, are you gonna forget me in 2 years?
That's what I was about to say. There's a lot of candidates that came to our community to get vote after they get elected. It's hard, it's tough to find them. But 2 years after, 2 years later, they come back and try to get the vote again. So are you gonna be different, or?
This is why I ran.
Okay.
So I've seen that. I've noticed that as well. I've tried to call those candidates as well, and I'm tired of it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be the person that's going to change the game and make sure that there's someone that actually has an open door policy. And I say always transparency, relatability, and availability. Okay? So that's why I'm running. I'm not just doing it just to get a position. I want to do it so that we can actually bring it back to the old school where your representative was there working for you and available to you when you needed them.
Great. As you guys can see, we have like GRAHM with us. He's waiting for like a state representative for Randolph and Milton. We're trying to get out of him. So what do you have for us to move our community forward? I don't know. So we are Asian. This is an Asian podcast, and the question that I'm gonna ask you is directly to my community. So how would the Asian people or the Asian community will benefit if GRAHM Clinton get elected?
Well, look, my parents are from Jamaica. You're from Haiti. The struggle, the relatability, the understanding of what it's like to pick yourself up from nothing to build a home for yourself and for your family. I'm the one candidate that can relate to that. I'm the one candidate that can relate to swiping an EBT card and knowing the embarrassment of what that feels like, okay? I'm the one candidate that knows what it's like just having a look, just being looked at a certain way, or going through a community, So there's things that I could say, and it's things that are just things that we just know without even having to say, So having that relatability is important. I said Denzel Washington once said something about a movie he was making, and said that Steven Spielberg, could he make the same movie? And it's not color, but it's culture. Okay, so the difference is if you see a movie where a hot comb goes through the hair, we're gonna know what it smells like. You know what I mean? So it's not really just the color; it's the culture, and the culture that I was raised in. Working hard and making sure that you mind your P's and Q's and being raised right, and trying to stay out of harm's way at the same time. trying to struggle to get a dollar, struggle to get a loan, struggle to get a bank loan, struggle to get a lot of things. This is why I'm running, and this is what I relate to with the Haitian community and anyone that's struggling like that.
As you know, like we that's where I met you in a rally that they was doing for the Haitian community and support, and then you give a speech. You gave a speech there. The former president made a comment about the Asian community that we eat cat and dog, and I mean this thing is kind of like everybody. Until now, we can process this thing. We can believe in America, and we hear those things from a Kenyan that can become the next president. So as a Jamaican, so if something happened like this, if I don't know. That's the reason why I was asking you how well do you know the Jamaican community, the Jamaican how can I say that, the Jamaican popularity. So how you gonna be? I mean, if something like this happened to your community, that's the word. How well do you know the Jamaican community? How well? I mean, let's say if like a candidate or like a elected official say a comment like this, how the Jamaican community would react about this?
How? Well, I know personally I would reach out. I would reach out to the Jamaican community. I'd reach out to the community at large, because right there is a teachable moment, okay, for understanding what it's like to be a Jamaican, for what it's like to be a Haitian, why you can't just say things like that, where that rhetoric actually comes from. And if you know your history, and if he knew his history, he would understand that he's part of that history.
Of course,
So, but people don't know that part. I would just the open line of communication. That's the main thing. Just to know that I'm there for them. So that when we're strong, when we're together like this, those comments like that, it doesn't affect us. And therefore we mobilize and make sure that we pay attention to these local elections. And we pay attention to those that if he had to run as an independent like myself. Why? Do your research on the candidates. What has he done? What's the body of work that he's done? Not just the color of his party, but the content of his character. We should be judging and see if they really are like us. Then we need to be voting for that person.
Good. Now let's talk about policy. I mean, you already have your policy. You sent them to me already. I read some of them. So can you at least, I don't know how much. I mean, it was a lot, but can you talk to us about the policy that you're trying to implement, that bring into the floor and for the change that you're looking for to do?
I can't talk too much into the policies, but anything that I do as far as policy is concerned, as far as things that I want to vote for, I'm voting for the people. Okay, so I'm going to actually make sure that they know real time. Like I want to make sure the website has real time information on what things that we're voting for, what policies we're voting for. And the policies are to make sure that every person in the community has an opportunity to thrive. So if it's something that is congruent with that message and that theme, then yes, I'm going to make sure that I push that policy. And I'm also going to make sure that I have people in the room who are proponents of the policy and opponents of the policy so that we can have a conversation together and find common ground, because that's true democracy. If we just go off of fear, that's dictatorship. That's my next question. I know politics. I got the questions in.
Yeah, in order for you to get things done, you have to get a team. Correct. So as an independent, how are you going to cooperate with the other people, let's say Democrat and Republican, to get things done?
Before we're Democrat and Republican, we're men and women.
Yes.
We eat at the same tables. We drink coffee at the same places. Just have conversations. Strip away these party affiliations, and we're just people. So that's what I'll appeal to, just the person. I'll ask them what their opinion is on something, on a policy, and if they disagree with a policy, what could they do? What do you think will be your opinion to make the policy better, so that you could actually vote for it or be in favor of it? That's it. It's really not rocket science to being civil. We need to get back civility and get back civics in the schools. But it's just talking to people and understanding their point of view, because we came from two different backgrounds. Even though it's similar, we have some similarities. And that's the thing that people don't understand. A lot of them do, that, our commonalities are much more greater than our differences. So we're really allies, but we just don't know it because we don't converse. So The policies are just getting person in the room. I mean, I go to a restaurant, I talk to someone anywhere, you wouldn't even know what political party they're affiliated to, or they wouldn't even know what party I'm affiliated to.
I understand that.
You know?
You only know when there's an election, so yeah.
Right, and then
But
what
some
happens?
people you don't even know.
And then what happens when they say, when you start off the conversation, "Oh, what are you?" Now the whole conversation is tainted. You know, you're never gonna think, "Oh, I'm a Patriots fan." "Oh, well, I'm a Yankee fan." You know, it just changes right there. But when you just start with, "My name is Clinton. Hello, your name is Gattel. Let's just talk. You know, what do you think about this?" And just respect each other, and we can actually come to some resolution, some common ground, and push things forward and get a lot of things done together.
Let me ask you this. I'm supposed to ask you this question in the beginning. Yeah. So what? I mean, the title already tells everybody like what it is. But you know, for people that are watching, so I need I need more explanation for them. So what does you guys do exactly? Like when you become a state representative. So what gonna be your job, your main job? This is what I'm gonna do.
So we're gonna get funding. You know, we're gonna look at legislation. We're gonna vote on bills, vote on laws, and then we're also gonna be trying to get funding for our districts.
Okay.
For example, the schools. For example, the roads, the infrastructure, and looking at what the needs are of our districts. You know, it depends. Like when it was COVID, there was different needs at that time. You know, so that's basically what the job is, and trying to speak to the other representatives and to because it's just one state. You know, and there's a whole bunch of other districts, and there's a whole bunch of other towns, like 300 plus. You know, so we want to make sure that, you know, when you make legislation, it's affecting the whole Massachusetts. It's not just Milton and Randolph. So we have to make sure you're talking to someone, and also someone that wants to facilitate conversations and talk to someone that may not agree with everything.
Okay.
And not perpetuate. You want to have someone that doesn't perpetuate the divide, but brings people together and unify them. So that's what I'm been doing and want to continue to do on official.
Can you tell us what makes you different from the other candidate that went in for the same position? That's the one right now.
Well, easy. I'm the first person of color to would be to hold this seat. Also independent as well. The other candidate doesn't have the body of work as far as the different professional experiences that I have. You know, I've lived over in Europe and learned their cultures and learned their languages and figured out how they moved, whether it was policing, whether it was eating, whether it was health. You know, I was a personal trainer at one point as well, you know, a professional athlete. Bringing all of those to the table, that could be used for healthcare, you know, bringing those proficiencies. Being as well in the criminal justice system as a correctional officer. Mother was mental and a social worker. Aunts being nurses. Just a lot of my professional and personal experiences have shaped me for this, you know, position. For this position. That's the biggest thing, and being relatable. You know, again, you may want to empathize with somebody because you feel bad for someone, but when you understand what it feels like, you're gonna make sure that you shape legislation so that no one in your community feels that again. So that's the biggest difference.
How many of you that running for this position?
Just two.
Just two?
Just two.
Okay. So wow. So how many votes do you need?
11,265.
Okay. How close do you think you're gonna be?
I'm just listen. I'm gonna keep working.
Is he a Democrat or is a she or he? I don't
it's
know.
It's a he.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Democrat or Republican?
That's a good question.
You don't know?
That's a good question. He's listed as a Democrat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just check the records.
Okay.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Check the records.
I
can tell you that I'm Haitian.
But she can't.
I can tell you that I'm Haitian, right?
Yeah.
But you'll have to see my birth certificate.
Of course.
Right?
Right.
So I just behoove everyone to just make sure they do the due diligence on the candidates. Because I can tell you anything. But if my body of work is that is not of what I'm saying that I am, then I think we need to make sure we have an informed electorate and an informed vote, because we will only hurt ourselves because people know.
Well, I mean, you give me some homework to do, man. So I gotta find out who that is. You know what I mean? Because I know everybody trying to get like the Haitian votes because right now I know Haitian gonna vote really massively because of what the guy says about us. Because usually the majority of Haitian that can vote, they're not really going out unless you force them to. So now it's gonna be automatically everybody gonna vote.
Right.
So it's a good thing you're here today. They're gonna hear from you. So now let's think about like the Haitians community. We, especially in Randolph, I I don't really see much good going on for the Haitian community in Randolph. You see what I mean? Um, if there's an organization, a non-profit organization, I don't really know about it. But I don't know why. If the community is not really, if the Haitian community that in Randolph, they don't really do activities in Randolph. They sleep in Randolph and go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if that what happened. That's why we don't really have much activity in Randolph for the Haitian community. Do you have something in mind? You say, okay, I'm gonna tap into this community to make sure I make it active, or find the leaders to see how we can put something together. We can make the community active.
100%. We there are grants out there for different nationalities, for different events that can be had. Even just play dates with kids and all that. So there are things out there that can be done, but you need to have a leader that actually wants to facilitate those events. And bring that community together. My whole campaign has been on unity, bridging the divide. So exploring those grants and making sure we have people that are actually part of this is what I've already been doing, and just making sure, even like the Scanlon Drive over there at the Lantanas. I went to the town council meeting and inquired, just like the residents were asking, inquired about the developments. How can the people of Randolph benefit from these developments? How's the process? So I'm just making it more transparent so people can understand how they can get involved if they do want to bring their business forward. So just it's just more of unveiling a lot of the things that's happening, making sure that people are aware. And yeah, when people come together and start enjoying themselves and enjoying the community, we're stronger like that. We're stronger together.
Okay. But now I know we have a lot of like single mothers. They can't really provide a daycare. You know what I mean? Some of them they have to work part time so that they can take care of the kids, and they can barely at the end of the month pay their bills because they don't work enough. And then the fund that the help that the government gave them, it's not enough for them to work, and that kind of put them in poverty. You see what I mean? They can't really do what they used to do. They can go shopping that often. They can, if they want to go back to school, it's kind of tough for them. So daycare system is Graham Clinton will fight for those people to see how we can put some grant down, some grant in the budget so that those people, if they need to have a babysitter or have to send their kids early to daycare, they will be able to do that.
I can tell you this: any type of grant that's out there, my staff will be out getting after it. Okay, I'm not sleeping. Again, there's been representatives in this position who've done great work, but I'm trying to do different work, where we're trying to look for every opportunity for people to actually live lives. Not just survive, not just exist, but live lives and provide a home for their family. It's not a home when you have to work this. Go to work, leave your kid at home, and come back, have to sleep, go back to. That's not a life. There are definitely ways that we can actually work together and figure out how we can provide some type of subsidy, some type of grant, some type of support for the families. My parents worked 3 jobs. Like I said, my mother was a social worker for the Faulkner, Kearney, and Arbor Hospital, all at the same time.
Wow.
Okay, that Hey Man got to go to work
So,
from
so, so, that, so that means you know what I'm talking about.
Right, from In Living Color. Remember that? The Hey Man got to go to work. That was my family. So that's not the way to live. And she passed when she was 60. Today, 2009. Actually, today, she passed. And what is that? That's something. And I'm growing up and I'm playing football. I'm like, I'm gonna buy you a house. I want to do this stuff. And she passed already.
And you didn't have a chance to do it.
No, that hurts. And that's just.
So I can feel like those are the reasons that you won, right?
I just want to make sure that people don't, we can't keep evolving with the cars and the technology, but we're still the same way with education. We're still the same way with the workers' wages and all this. We have to evolve along with the technology to make our lives better. That's the point of it. We can't just be going backwards,
You're right.
So, it's just not going to be a popular trend. And this is why I'm running. I'm not running to play party politics. I'm running for the people.
Good.
I'm putting that over the politics.
You heard it. He's running for you guys. He's running for you. He's here to ask for your vote. And like I told him off the mic the first time I met him. So every time I sit down with a candidate, I don't really need anything from them. Just all we need access. So when my community have a problem, I can take my phone and call Graham. Hey, Graham, how can you help in that? Who can you connect me to? And that's me personally. That's what I'm looking for my community. So because there always something happen to this community, and we always need someone. So it's sad to say that we don't really have enough Asian to one. I don't know why they scare about it. Some of them they have like 20, 30 years in here. They have the qualification, and they just don't want to run. I don't know why, but
some don't think they can do it. Some think they won't get elected. I've spoken to some people. I say, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you run? It was like, oh, no one's gonna vote for me. And no, we start today. We start November 5th. We start and we show, like, listen, this can happen. Okay, we don't have to just say that the politics is for these kind of people and these jobs are for these kind of people. No, no. If you're qualified, you need to go and get involved, because my daughter, my 2-year-old, if she wants to run for something, she's gonna look at Daddy. She's been coming around with me, knocking on doors with me. She's gonna say, oh, you know what? I can definitely do this. This is possible. Oh, I see that person. He looks like me. So it's much bigger than me. And I tell people, this is not my campaign. By no means, this is our campaign. So as far as getting, in touch with me, that's not going to be hard to do, because I'll get in touch with you first. I have open office hours at the RICC, RICC, at the Turner Library for the community. Okay, so you won't have a problem getting in touch with me. And I've already been connecting people and making sure people
good. I see that in you. I see that in you. But we know that general election and local election, as much as local election is very important. That I know, I always tell that to my people. The reason why it's the one that affect us directly, But sometimes people kind of lazy to go out and vote, and they just wait for the general election. Thank God your election gonna be general election, so that's when everybody gonna go out. So if you wanna tell, if you wanna help us to help people understand that how important it is when there's an election, in local election, and to go out to vote, because it's really important for us.
I can tell every one of you, it's very important to go out for your local elections. Without the local elections, the madness that we see on the national level wouldn't happen as much, because we're not electing the people that actually represent us. We're letting the people that don't represent us elect the people that don't speak for us and don't take care of the needs that we have or address the issues that we have. We have to go out for the local elections. When we come together as a community, the community of good, the community that want to actually progress and do things and get things for us, we're strong. We're very strong, But when we're divided and we let the people that get into power that want to perpetuate the divide, that's how they keep getting elected. Okay, so have a nice group of people, a committee of people, have conversations, and I always behoove people to just have conversations about something we disagree on. A community challenge. You disagree on something? Okay, I disagree with this, what you said, Gattel. But why do you feel this way? Let me try to understand. Let's switch roles. Just try to just be civil, because I'm telling you, we get a lot. We're only here for a little bit on this earth.
Of course,
only for
that's for sure. That's the fact.
So do we want to have it where eggs are like $30 now for a carton? Or we want to where the roads are horrendous? We have to make sure that our schools are horrendous and everything. Or are we going to keep fighting, with each other, when we really actually are the same? We're pretty much the same. And imagine what happens when we come together, what we can do, how we would live together.
So now let's type into the world, and as a politician, And if you're elected, you will have power to make your voice heard about what's going on in the world. Because especially we know America, they have a big influence in outside politics, for person like diplomacy. So how do you see the world right now?
I see the world as sort of tragic. You know, we have a lot of good parts, a lot of good things that are happening, but things that labels that people are using to divide us. That's all I see. I just see people that are using, whether it's religion, whether it's party, whether it's any other type of label, that's there. People are going to use it to divide us. And that's really the basis of a lot of things that's happening in the world. If you look over in the Middle East, that's one. That's a big one. That's religion. And I may call me naive, but I've navigated Europe. I've navigated the South. I've navigated Boston, and have been able to find common ground with people. Because we can't just say this is mine and that's it. That's it. No more conversation. But you have to have someone that actually just wants to have those tough conversations. So if I have to have a tough conversation with another leader from another district, I'll have that conversation. But you just do it respectfully. And if we start here, Massachusetts has an opportunity right now. Randolph has an opportunity right now. Milton has an opportunity right now to be the showcase and the beacon for what unity looks like. Because if this happens where we're elected, that's going to reverberate around Massachusetts. It's going to reverberate around New England, and it may go across the nation as well. Because this is such a democratic party, a democratic state, that people don't feel that there's everyone just fits in a box, and that's just not what it is.
No.
People have their
for
own.
For me, I always tell people that black people, the black community should not be either Republican or Democrat. It's supposed to be as independent. That gives you more power. You're supposed to vote the people that want to stand for you. Like you say, you're gonna be there for you want for the people. So you come on the station and you tell them.
And it's not. It's not what I'm saying too. That's because I can say anything. Politicians tell you anything, and it sounds good. I like that. Okay, let's vote for him. No. We got to look at the body of work. You got a glimpse of that. What did I do? What did we do before running for politics? What did he do?
Work hard.
What did he do? Check with people. What have they done? Because they're gonna come and tell you everything and be nice, shiny.
Your past will tell you where your future gonna be.
Correct. Now I can tell you that I have been advocating for people and for this for years.
Good.
And that's why I said, what? I've been doing this for so long. Why don't I do it on an official capacity right
Good.
now?
How far Clinton wanna go to in politics?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It's funny. People ask me when I'm on the road and knocking on doors, say, well, what do you think about this in the world and that? I was like, look, we have problems right here that we have to face. We have taxes that we're taxed out of homes. Seniors are being taxed out of their own homes. The schools need to be redone. We have issues. The roads are killing our cars. We have issues. If you want me to do that, the national stuff, the world stuff, elect me there. But right now I need this. We need this. So I couldn't tell you. I can tell you that I've already outworked myself with this, and when I feel like I'm doing a good job, I want to work even harder to make sure. And even in the seat, I'm excited to get in that seat because, like I said, any grant that's possible, any earmark that's possible, I'm going after all of them.
What do you think what do you think if the U.S. today has a female president?
What do I think?
What is your point of view of that? What do you think?
I think it's a non-issue. Okay? I think you need to look at the character of someone, at the record of someone, and judge based on that.
Great.
And especially, most importantly, if it is a female president, my daughter's going to look at that and say, oh,
I can do it too.
I can do it too. I think it's important. I think we have people that are, there's always been a certain type of president for years, and if if she gets elected, then people will. There's one part that's going to be because you're never going to make the whole America happy, right?
Of course, yeah.
We can always strive to that and just talk to people and be available to people. But if you just off of record and what has never been done, just like this has never been done. Give it a shot.
Well, there's something that popped up in my mind while you was talking. I see right now. Back in the day, politics used to be policy, used to be like present your program and stuff, trying to sell it to the people, convince them to go to vote for you. So I feel like right now, like the candidates, they trying to like fight each other. I have to do something bad about GRAHM so that I can destabilize them. I have to GRAHM has to say something to the other candidate. It's not like you're selling yours, I'm selling mine. So I can see like the president today. I mean, the ex-president yesterday called Kamala Harris crazy, and she's like, he's saying a lot of things about that. So as a politician, what is your point of view? Like when a candidate like on a stage, on a big stage, and trying to like diminish your opponent, what do you think? What do you think when someone do that? How do you see that person? I'm talking in genuine, not only.
Yeah. I mean, it's just character and integrity. If you have to go and attack someone, I mean, it's not if you're saying the truth, right? If you're saying something that's true or record,
that's different.
Then that's different. I guess.
I get this one.
But if you're just going after and just throwing names and just making up things, is that really what we want to be leading our country? Is that really what we want to be leading our district? And that's what I've seen. It's you shouldn't have to. My focus is on the people.
But me, I see that as a sign of weakness.
Correct.
Let's say if I'm running for state rep, and then you're running for that too, I should not like trying to fight you for that, because at the end of the day, at the end of the election, I have to concede. I have to say, hey, GRAHM, congratulations, man. Right. So anything you want from me, I'm here. The community is here. If you want to get into it, it's right here.
And I saw that. And I saw that before, where candidates. Sometimes candidates are nice to each other, or sometimes they don't want to speak to each other, or the people that are supporting one.
Yeah.
And I was naive. I was like, before, not this one, but another race. I'm still me. I'm still going to say hello. We're just running a race, You shake hands at the end of the game. And so I just, again, you just have to return. You need to have someone that's going to return that civility back to the political arena. And that's why I'm doing this. I think I give the respect to the people by knocking on their door and asking them for their vote and telling them who I am. What's my, I'm not just a name on the ballot. I'm just not like a nice sign on the road. And I think that's what happens. People just get lost and just say, oh, I see the sign a lot and that's it. No, that's how we lose.
Okay, good.
And when I say we, I mean the people.
The people.
Doesn't matter what party you are. We will lose if you just vote for people that are not for your issues. Or not. It doesn't have a record of voting for your issues as well. That's important.
That's really important. So now let's it's 45 minutes. We're gonna be like, we got four more minutes to end this. So now let me ask you this: the whole Asian community is watching you right now. I don't think they know the other candidate. Even me, I don't know. If I don't know, so who's gonna know it? So what you gonna tell them? So what is one reason the Haitian Americans should go out in Randolph, in Milton, to vote for GRAHM Clinton?
One reason to vote for me. There's a few, but I'll give you one.
I asked for one, but if I have few, give it. So I'll put you up by yourself.
There is a need right now for someone to bring this community together. There's a need right now for someone to provide transparency to the political system. To provide support and aid and information to the residents, to actually speak, to bring the voices of the residents to the state floor, have someone represent them. It's very important, and this is why I'm running. I didn't want to run just to get a nice shiny title. I want to actually be what the title is a representative. Represent your voice and bring your voice to the state floor. So I need your vote. We need your vote to make sure that we can do this, okay? This is something that is going to be new. We're going to make history, and we're going to make history together. We need you to come out. You know, this is something that's never has been done, and it's something that's very important. And I don't like to just say promise because anyone can just promise, but I want you to see the actions that happen on November 6th. You know, I want you to see the actions that happen when I actually take office in January, because I can guarantee you there's not going to be any rep that has held this seat that has worked harder in the first year of holding the seat. That has not gotten more money than the first year that's held the seat. And has not gotten more grants and earmarks and been available. You know, you may get tired of me being in the community too much, but that's what's needed to make sure that everybody's addressed and everyone feels that they're properly represented from this side of the street to the next. So I need your vote. Let's do this.
Great. So now that was for the Asian community. So now for your own community, the Jamaican community. So what you gonna tell them?
In Jamaica, when we say it in
Jamaica. Yeah, no problem.
Yes. Rude boy, no. Look, this is an opportunity we have to come together with the Haitian community to elect someone who understands what it's like to grow up in the neighborhoods, understand what it's like to have parents to come over and have to work 5, 6, 7 jobs just to provide for us. You know, we just need someone that knows about patties, cocoa bread, cheese, and oxtail. You know, but seriously, we can do this if we band together. It's all about culture and it's all about relatability right here, and also the experience is very key, and we have that in this candidacy. So I can't thank you enough for welcoming. I mean, that's one thing I love to see. Whether it's the Haitian, whether it's Irish, whether it's Haitian, whether it's Jamaican. When I go to the doors and we have these conversations, it's just energy. You know, I'll be tired.
Yeah.
I've already do it for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I have that one conversation that just revitalizes me. You know, so I thank you for that and that engagement will continue while in office. So we need you to come out. Look at the power of your voice. Look at it right now. Let's test it out with this one. Test it out and see. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Great. Clinton, if there is one thing that you want to say, or if you was expecting that I asked you a question, I didn't ask it to you. So, what would that be? So, if there's something like you want to say, like.
No, there's really not. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you for welcoming me here. You know, this is an opportunity for people to know who I am, and while I'm on the street, I have an opportunity to know who you are. And my website is grahamforrep.com. Take a look, learn about the candidate, learn about what we have to offer, what our policies are that we want to tackle and address right away, and we're actually having an event at the Randolph Elks October 9th. Come out. Okay. Come out and ask the questions. Ask the candidates these hard questions, the tough questions, because this is what they're there for. We want to make sure that you have the right person in the seat. And I can guarantee you I'm the right person in the seat that's actually going to work for you and be transparent with you, relatable with you, and also available for you.
Great. I'm going to give you an opportunity to just like 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put you by yourself on the camera, and then you're going to like present yourself briefly, like a presentation of yourself. So that part, we will call the staff will call it and send it to you, so we can distribute it to the community. You will know who you are and talk to you. So, go.
Sapase, my name is Clinton Graham, and I am happy to be here with Gattel. I am humbled to ask for your vote. I'm a Jamaican American. My parents came from Jamaica and provided a life for me here. I'm just making sure that we have our voices heard on the state floor. I'm making sure that you have someone that wants to be transparent with you, wants to be relatable to you and available for you. This is something that can be done. This is something that's very special and unique, and we will have somebody that wants to put the people over the politics. So I can honestly say to you that I am humbled to be here, and I'm grateful for your support. I need your vote. We need your vote November 5th.
You have to live in Randolph and Milton, right?
You have to live in Randolph and Milton, yes.
All right. Thank you, Graham, for stopping by. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
see you next time when you get elected. You're gonna come back and say,
I'll be here. I'll be here before you even call me. How about that?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, man. Well, nous avec nous Graham Clinton qui t'a présenté et tête li son candidat qui posé qui là pour les state représentative ou même qui dans Randolph Milton et n'a demandé monsieur apparemment paraît un bon monde parce que pas oublier nous même ça nous toujours dit dans communauté nous pas besoin monde qui vinn nous pas besoin l'argent dans même monde c'est pas que nous pas besoin l'argent parce que pas monde qui pas besoin l'argent mais nous besoin accès lundi besoin accès parce que c'est networking nous fait nous bien avec monde lorsque li élu et puis monde ça sous problème dans communauté nous capon téléphone nous et puis laisse la pour nous laisse on diriger exactement c'est parce que parfois gen monde parce que pas oublier dans la vie c'est deux bagailles c'est soit gain l'argent ou bien gain pouvoir avec des sous pas gain pouvoir ou gain doit gain l'argent tout besoin pouvoir eh bien c'est monde ça qui parle gain pouvoir mais c'est eux même pour sortir pour aller voter nous encourageons sortir aller voter Clinton parce que c'est monsieur me connaît et monsieur dans tout côté haïtien monsieur là monsieur était downtown dernièrement là il a fait un rallye pour haïtien yo il était là dans Randolph là et puis downtown avec petite fille là men so ça veut dire que son nèg qui vraiment prend à cœur de communauté regardez que it looks like us so faut nous toujours gommer pour moun fight we know we Haitian so we the mother of freedom so we always make changes we always make surprise we always make history let's make history with Clinton so je pense que nous allons voter en full et pas oublier November 6 is really important for us to go out and vote because we have to teach a lesson. Not only gonna vote, you have to vote. Et question de mettre tête depuis nous boys, nous c'est démocrate, nous c'est date là, voter moun qui gagne un plan qui bon pour vous. So Clinton, monsieur lui dit, is for the people. If it's for the people, that means it's for me. So if he is for me, I'm gonna vote for him. And vote for him, I know later on I'm gonna have access. When I need him, I'm gonna call him and he's gonna answer. So if you want me to have power when you need me or when you need someone, you gotta vote for Clinton. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Demain, si Dieu veut, bonne avec Robert Sterling, qui t'a mis dans la politique sans frontières. Bye bye. Non pas, c'est qui t'a mis dans pour votre émission politique sans frontières. Demain, si Dieu veut, apparaît. Bye bye tout le monde. All right.
Thank you, sir.